Hi friends, looking at the Bittwatt ICO today, let us see if this one is worth focusing our energies or not. Looking at the basic ICO details first, an ERC20 standard token, total supply 400 million, token sale to start on March 18, 2018 through to April 28, 2018, token generation release is 300 million, essentially 75% of the total. You can buy in Bitcoins or Ether. The company is registered in Singapore. The base sale price is 12 cents and there are bonuses ranging from 5% to 35% depending on the stage you enter. Before proceeding further, let us have a look at the energy market in general. We typically start with the generation of electricity, which then goes through the transmission lines to the distributor, who sends it out to various end customers. We have multiple entities involved in the overall model, namely the producer who generates electricity, the transmission system operator who manages high voltage long distance transmission, the distribution system operators who manage the low voltage distribution to the end users, the suppliers who sign contracts and bill the end user, and the traders and market operators who clear and settle transaction bids and offers. Looking at the challenges faced by the industry, we have high energy exchange lead time between traders and suppliers, which gets increased because of validations required, essentially in absence of a decentralized market. There's no market for B2C smart consumers to switch supplier or transact unused energy supply. There's a high latency in reporting electricity consumption from supplier, apparently a minimum of 15 days. There's a lack of cross-border lane optimization between two entities. To quote the white paper itself, energy transit is mandatorily done through the prior booking and setup of cross-border electric lanes which once booked cannot be used by more than a single party, as there is currently no system in place to facilitate multi-party transfer. This is the case despite multi-party transfer being both legal as well as rational, since two entities, that is one that concedes unused lane space and the other that takes up unused lane space, can benefit at the same time from proper use of resources. And finally, high lead time for end domestic consumers to switch energy supplier. This can be 15 days at a minimum, though goes up to 6 weeks in some countries. The net result, of course, is suboptimal resource usage and energy price increase. Now coming to the business concept. It's essentially a blockchain-enabled marketplace for electricity balancing and trading. Bittwatt offers a platform where the producers, supplier, grid operators and consumers register and complete KYC checks. The platform matches offers and requests through smart contracts that operate on basis of individually defined rules like specs as per quantity, type, price, etc. The flow of electricity happens through the physical channels and smart contracts are executed when electricity is delivered, thus triggering the payment from buyer to seller. The platform hence reduces cost, increases the transaction speed, provides scalability, and removes intermediate parties. The product and services on offer are billing, payments, forecast, e-mobility and roaming, energy exchange, and peer-to-peer settlement. Billing seems an obvious choice with the platform in between, but will that not make Bittwatt an intermediary, a buyer at one end and seller at another? The revenue numbers shown later definitely don't say us that, and hence I'm slightly skeptical on the mechanics here. Payment services, of course, are likely to find many takers, as this includes significant overhead for participants. Forecast is a great offering if it can be nailed correctly. I doubt if e-mobility and roaming will be of much use. I suppose there are quite a few solutions available already in the market for the same. Energy exchange is of course useful and gives a clear value add. And peer-to-peer settlement, again, a fairly useful service to go through. It's good to see an ICO with at least an attempt to create a business plan and put in some numbers. They're planning to increase customers every year regularly. They start in 2018 with 0.9 million customers in 4 markets, though it seems they already are working in Bulgaria, No such references visible on the white paper though. 2019 takes them to another 3 million target customers. 20 is a puzzle with just 2 country closures targeted. Not sure what are the plans at this point, but maybe that's the prep work for the deluge of new additions in the first quarter of 2021. 2021 takes them to probably the maximum additions with another 6 million customers. And 2022 is when the big one, China, comes on board with another 5 million. The revenue projections don't show any basis taken for the numbers, and you probably have to take them or leave them and do a complete research of your own. I took the easier path here. The point to note are of course the sales and profit numbers, showing profit posting from year 1 itself. A bit hard to believe, but I don't have enough data to either validate or contest these numbers. Token distribution and fund allocation. Token distribution consists of 75% sold through the ICO, 10% reserved for the team, a total of 5% for advisors, 2% for the bounty, and 3% for country-specific marketing. Proceeds will primarily be spent on expansion across global markets, which is justifiable, platform development, which again is critical, and integration. I'm assuming marketing, sales, infra, resource costs, and overheads are all built under these heads. Predicting the price. Again, good to start with some numbers provided by them. We know that the token is essentially the trading currency of the platform, and to keep things simple, I have assumed that the token price will hence follow the total transaction volume affected on the platform. For this, we need to know the number of units transacted against the average price per unit, ignoring the tokens that might end up being hoarded just for speculation. That might cause an error, but it's better to err on the conservative side. I try to take weighted averages based on customers, but since we don't know if these numbers projected are over a period of time or annual for that matter, hence I decided to stick to a simple average rate based on country-specific rates calculated across different time periods collected from public sources. Also based on the income split they have provided across domestic and non-domestic sales, I have taken the ratio as 1:6 for our calculations. The numbers might have some variance due to difficulty in getting the info, but still are good enough to provide an estimate for the token value. We finally come out with an average rate of 12 cents across all countries and 9 cents for China alone. Using the energy supply projections as a driver for BWT and using the average energy value based on the rate, finally plowing them back, we can see the expected price of the token moving from 15 cents in 2018 to $1.18 in 2022. Coming to the roadmap, not many details here. We are already at the ICO stage. The real value creation should start later this year, and I'm assuming there will be ways for BWT to change hands even earlier. Otherwise, there's no way the revenue projections for 2018 can hold true, unless of course facilitated by private sale. Looking at the final checklist, the idea is good, revenue model is good too, token ROI will probably be somewhere in the medium to high range, depending of course a lot on market conditions as well. Readiness levels seem low. Risk is medium. Ability to execute seems okay, most likely a genuine ICO, and the price range should be between 15 cents in 2018 to $1.18 in 2022. Overall investment grade is B+. What works for them includes energy being an evergreen sector, a good business model, good token ROI at higher end, and ICO discounts making it attractive even at the lower end right now. What doesn't work, on the other hand, are potential regulatory issues, no basis for revenue numbers, no clear competition analysis, and a lack of detailed roadmap. You can decide if this makes sense for you or not. Thank you for your time. Do like and share my video if you found this useful and turn on notification from my channel.